For any particle in simple harmonic motion, in our previous lectures we have shown that x, being the position function, is a sine omega t plus phi, where a is the amplitude. Well, you can also write it down as x is equal to b cosine of omega t plus phi. This is to define that this entire x thing, the position, can also be shown in a cosines graph, where b is the amplitude again. But today we are here to discuss about the work done and the energy stored in a simple harmonic motion, which means we are going to deal with kinetic energy and then possibly potential energy. Okay, so let's move on. The most common example of any particle in simple harmonic motion would be any sort of a pendulum, right? And the pendulum oscillates from here to here, and in doing so, it crosses particular distances from this position of equilibrium. Let's say that this is x, and in each and every single point, it has a particular velocity, right? And in any kind of motion in classical mechanics, we define the kinetic energy as half times m times v squared, and v is most likely to be the dt of x, which is the first differential of the x, which is the position of any particular system, right? And we know that x is equal to a sine omega t plus phi, right? And if we input this over here, we get that velocity is equal to a omega cosine of omega t plus phi, right? And we can input this thing over here, and we have that kinetic energy is half m a squared omega squared cosine squared omega t plus phi. And we know that omega squared over here is equal to k over m, right? M is of course the mass of the bob over here. And now we could input this value of k over m over here, and then we can come up with half times a squared k cosine squared omega t plus phi. And this is the equation for the kinetic energy of any system in simple harmonic motion. Moving on with potential energy. The potential energy U is described as the integral of f ds across the limits xi to xf, the initial and the final, right? And now we could say that for that very simple pendulum, the restoring force is being occurred in this direction, if we denote this as Fr. And in order for this pendulum's bob to go from this position of equilibrium, that is at x is equal to 0, to xf at x, we could say that work is being done across this direction of the position of x, right? So in order for this to go from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to xf is equal to x, we can say that the work done is being occurred due to a force that is equal in magnitude of Fr, but occurring in this particular direction. And this, again, force is responsible for the work done, and this work done is responsible for the potential energy stored. So recall that we defined Fr, which is the restoring force, as minus kx, but since this F that is responsible for the U, which is the potential energy, is in the opposite direction of Fr, we could write F as k times x, right? And we input this value of F inside this equation, and we have that. Okay, so now over here you could see that this k can be brought outside, right? And by bringing this outside, we have that this is the integral of x dx over the limits xf and xi. Alright, now let's say that xi is basically 0, which is at the position of equilibrium, and xf is basically x. So in this entire thing of u, we could write this thing as, and then again we are reminding that xf is basically x and xi is basically 0, which is the position of equilibrium. Okay, recall that x is again a sine omega t plus phi, right? And if we input this over here, we have that u is half times k times a squared sine squared omega t plus phi. And this is the equation for the potential energy of a system in simple harmonic motion. Fun fact, we know that the entire total mechanical energy, if we denote it as T, can be written down as the summation of kinetic energy and the potential energies, right? And we have come to know that the kinetic energy is basically half times k times a squared cosine squared omega t plus phi, right? And this potential energy over here can be written down as half times k times a squared times sine squared omega t plus phi. Okay, so now as you can see over here, you could take this half k from both the terms as a common term, and then you could write this entire thing as cosine squared omega t plus phi in the bracket plus sine squared omega t plus phi inside the bracket. And what is this entirely? This entirely is basically 1, right? So this total energy comes down to k times a squared times 1. Oops, let's just denote T over here as the total energy E sub T, and this as E sub T. So here you go. This is the entire energy of a system in simple harmonic motion. Well, that's all.